The whole world I wait for this. I make the beat drop off.
On all night, I can't sleep. All I get up nerves with the long hair. First things first, I pop freaks, all the honeys, dummies, playboy bunnies, those wanting money. All the ladies in the place with style and grace, allow me to lace these lyrical douches in your bushes. Jesus, the notorious just. Tease us with your lyrical thesis. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine. Something pepper and heavy D up in the limousine. Sicker than your average. I twist cabbage off instinct. Niggas don't think shit, stink pink gators. Bitch your game, talk your shit, grab your back. Bitch your game, talk your shit. Sky's the limit and you know that you can have what you want. Be what you want. Sky is the limit.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Friday and welcome to the weekend warm-up. I'm here with the star bro, man like the Waffle Don. One of the most disciplined.
You're a criminal, you know.
On YouTube. Big you up, my G.
You're a criminal.
What are you telling me this Friday morning, Friday evening, your time.
You are a criminal.
My apologies, brother.
I don't hear when you played that little thing, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
And me and you, we're old school.
Old school.
If I'm not hearing I Love the Dough, then I don't want to hear anything else.
You know what? We just recorded the Cold Corner podcast, and that was one of the songs that we talked about on there. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, listen.
That's one of my favorites for real.
Anyway, that's for another day. But
Yeah,
you know me anyway. I know. Obviously, I'm from that era. So
yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I know about all them things there. But yeah, man, I'm good, man. Friday, weekend warm-up show. This is one of my favorite shows of the week. Looking forward to it. And I'm gonna grill you today about some things as well, because there were some things I didn't like what you said the other day, bro. But we get into that.
I'm in trouble.
No. I'm just saying, if you give me the what's his name? You know, when I'm fasting, my brain is just like,
oh, good, man.
The brain fog is mad. Who's that comedian? Beanie is it not Beanie?
Bernie Mac.
Bernie Mac. If you're gonna have to give me a few answers in Bernie Mac style, and then I might just be cool. You know what I'm saying?
It's bad. Big up to Bluebird. Big up to Guna Rican in the house. Godfrey is with us. You know, we got the United Ambassador himself. Wahaha. Big up to everyone, man. Thank you for joining us, man. So, bro, yo, Mike, bro, let me in your thoughts and your mind, man, after you've decompressed and processed what we did in Germany on Wednesday.
Brother, you know, I do watch alongs with Cape, yeah. Even Cape, he wasn't his usual cool self. I was cool because I'm used to seeing this nonsense, yeah.
Right.
And that night I was running around, eating, praying, doing what I had to do, and I had to go out early that night. So he was on the game, and I've never heard man so stressed. You know what I mean? He likes to do that. I'm cool and calm and collected, but he was stressed. He was like, "What are we doing? What are we playing like?" And when you watch the game, yeah, we were absolutely. What's the word? What is a word for it?
You know, we were slow, we were lackadaisical, we were off the boil.
We were terrible, bro. Watching that game, yeah, I felt embarrassed as an Arsenal fan, yeah. And this goes back to this team thinking they've won everything already. And I'm gonna blame. I'm gonna blame. Not you. Do you know who I'm gonna blame? I'm gonna blame the likes of Boy 10, the likes of these other guys, yeah. Maybe Tony Claude as well gets a bit of it. Well. I'm naming names because
Tony catches strays. Yes, I love it.
Because all you hear from these guys, and big up to Tony Claude as well, by the way. All you hear these guys is, we're top of the Champions League. So what? At the end of the day, the knockout competition is the knockout competition, and this is where the tournament comes alive. So yes, it's a nice little, I don't know, to see in history that Arsenal, you know, they didn't lose a game in the league phase. Yeah, that sounds good. But the knockout round is where everything starts. And this is what and why I said the top of the league, top of the Champions League, because I felt that the players went into this game with that same arrogance. We're top of the league, yeah. So we're gonna walk this game. That's the arrogance I felt, yeah. And also as the manager, he was talking about being top of the Champions League like it's some kind of trophy. So I blame all you guys for thinking that we were just gonna go in. And you know what? Everyone was saying, and yes, you can say it's the easiest path towards the semi-finals or whatever. There's nothing wrong with saying that, but you have to win these games. Yeah, Leverkusen beat Man City. People forget about that in the group in the league stage. Yeah, they beat them 2-0.
Oh, wow.
You know, we went into this game with the arrogance, and this is what I don't like about Arsenal. Yeah, this is what I don't like about this team is that we think sometimes that we can just go into games just because of our defense, where there was no defending for that goal. Did you see, brother? Don't listen. You're getting me started now. Did you not see the start of the second half?
That's where the game was. That's where the game. Yeah,
they scored straight away from kickoff, like corner, go. And I'm here trying to defend. Yeah, I'm here trying to defend team talks and having a team talk. What kind of team talk was that?
Yeah. See, while they were doing team talks, Casper, I don't know his last name, the Danish guy, he was drawing up a play. That's what he did. He drew up like they called timeout, drew up a play, and they came out and ran it, and they went straight down and had a shot at goal and got the corner from, and that's what they scored from. So that tells me that he saw something in the first half where he feel like he could get something from us tactically, made the adjustment, and it worked. That's good coaching. You know, and I can appreciate what you say there about the team rolling up as if they've already won it. Like, yeah, we're Arsenal. We finished top of the league. You're the lowest seed. That's why you're on this side with us. So we're gonna blame you. But on the run of play, I didn't see a clear distinction between 1 and 16. When you watched the Bayern Munich game, you saw a clear distinction between the 2 and 15. Right? You saw that we're the big dogs, and you are the inferior opposition, and the result reflected it. With us, now we have these men coming to the Emirates actually believing they can get something because they believe they got cheated with that soft pen, and I can hear it. And you know what? You know, I love Kate, man. You know, he's such a positive, such a good young brother. But I tell him all the time, it's like, keep living. And the reason why you speak that way because you haven't seen real pain yet. The pain has started. The frustration has started. And someone said in the chat earlier, he couldn't cap on what he was saying. Your eyes will never lie to you. No, but we've been seeing this for many, many years. He hasn't seen it. Now he's starting to see it. So it's gonna, you know, this is what we were talking about back in October and this and that. Like, you know, it's because if I asked you right now, who is the number 1 seed in the Champions League now?
Bayern Munich.
Who is top of it? Exactly. It's Bayern, it's Bodo, it's Real, it's Atletico, it's whoever ended the tie in the first leg. Now we have work to do. A lot of it.
You know what? I'm going to say right now on the limb, yeah, we're not winning this Champions League, yeah. I think it's a bit too much for us. I don't think we've got the balls to win it, to be honest. I just think right now, you've got to play a certain way in the Champions League. You can't just rock up and think it's the Premier League and play that certain type of football. Champions League, the reward is attacking, you know, scoring goals, many goals, as you can see Bayern scoring many goals, and you're punishing teams in that first leg and making it easy for yourself in the second leg. We've made it harder for us in the second leg, and although I think it's half time at the moment, it's 1-1, and I think although I think we can go through, I'm not 100% confident because all it takes, is us to have some bozo moments, Raya thinking he can play on the halfway line, getting lobbed. Anything can happen in that second leg. Injuries, anything can happen. But one thing that got on my nerves, yeah, that Jova guy, when them man scored, I'm sure my man done a like high five with him or something like to say, yeah, I'm rating it. I'm rating the set piece. You doing all of that? Did you see him go over to the manager like?
I didn't see it, but I heard that it happened, and I heard it from enough credit people, that it did happen, and they must know each other or something. That must be like some backroom joke or something. Like, if I score from a set piece, you come dap me up. If you score from a set piece, it must be that, because in the heat of the game, you just conceded. You should be fuming.
Yeah,
if you're the set piece coach, he's a set piece. You shouldn't be fuming. You shouldn't be dapping anyone up. You know what I mean? Yeah, this is what Gunnar and brother. This is it. The second half looks like their manager. He made a tactical adjustment. That was no accident that they just came out and executed that play. It wasn't a long ball. It was 2-3 passes into space where he saw that he could get some change, and he exploited that. And that's someone who's watching the game and looking for an advantage tactically, and he made that. Yep. And we came out, team talk, another huddle on the pitch, and conceded straight after. That's not the hallmark of a champion. It's not. And Join says the group phase is just a qualifier, 100, bro. It's a qualifier, and that part is done. We seen Tottenham finish 4th, Atletico finished like 12th or something like that. Which one looks like the top side? You know what I mean? This is when the big dogs know that the competition really begins. And last week, or when the league phase was over, Sky Sports and everyone was propping up the Premier League and how the Premier League have 6 teams, all 6 qualified. But I don't hear him talking about it, because now all 6 can go out. Every single English team can go better. 3 of them are already gone. Dare I say 4? You know what I mean? But 3 of them are definitely gone. Yeah,
Newcastle still. Newcastle.
I think they're gonna go, but we can't. The only, if they were coming back to St. James's Park, I would give them a chance. And the thing is, I actually watched the Newcastle game, and when they were up 1-0, they were still trying to attack because they know what's going to happen at Camp Nou, and that's how they ended up conceding. They were trying to get a cushion. If we score, I could see us locking up. Like yesterday, I was on the Booze Banana with Shane, and there was Brenny was on there, and he was saying that this gives him flashbacks of you remember the Olympiacos in the Europa League a couple years ago.
Yeah. Oh, bro.
It was a pressure moment. I remember the game vividly, bro. We weren't even under the cosh. We were leading the game. Leno kicked the ball out for a throw, an unneeded throw, because he came off his line. They scored from that. And this is what will happen if you don't kill off games early. Bayern ain't taking that chance. Real Madrid hear the noise about City being favorites coming to their ground. They weren't taking that chance, and that tie could have been really over if Vini scored that penalty. It's mad. Now go on, bro.
Can you remember the last game we played in the group phase? I can't remember what team it was.
It was Carriat.
Yeah. Did you see how we just took the handbrake off on that game? Because I think, didn't they score 2 goals or something? We won 3-2 or something. I can't remember.
No, it was they scored 2 goals. They scored more. They scored 2 goals. That's the most we conceded in the competition. Only Bayern was the other team that scored on us.
But in that game, you kind of sense that. Okay, we weren't really bothered about that game, but I kind of felt that same energy when we went into this game as well. And it all starts from the defense. It all started from Gabriel and his little stupidness, not being able to pass the ball, kept passing the ball to, the midfield, the Bayern Leverkusen midfielders, that Kafane guy or whatever, he looked a decent player. He had a bit of pace about him, but all he had to do is just hold on to the ball, take Gabriel left, right, dancing. And Gabriel has those moments in it where he can have those moments where he's just ineffective in a game and stuff like that. And you just sensed, like first half we looked decent. That chance, I can't remember after Martinelli hit the bar, how good we were after that. I think we just weren't bothered, man. We just couldn't be asked.
The game was begging for a moment of quality. That game, man, and no one delivered it. If you look at the Real Madrid game, right? You see Mbappe out. Rodrigo just did an ACL. Bellingham's out. Valverde stepped up. We need a Valverde performance from one of our players.
You ain't getting that from none of our midfield. Well, Eze possibly, but I don't know, man. That midfield for me, as I was saying, that midfield for me, yeah, I think what Arteta should have done is taken off either Rice or Declan. Rice or Declan, either Rice or Zubimendi, and just maybe slotted in I don't know.
I hear that point. I hear that shot because he brought on.
We don't need to play with them two guys all the time, bro.
Take off one of them. I'm saying we need to win the game, bro. Like for like sub. This ain't the day, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, Mikel. But the performance was so bad. But the thing is, right? We've had way too many games this year where I can say, if I put in the chat right now and ask the chat, what was the worst performance that you see in this season? The chat can name at least 5 games. There's too many of these worst performances.
Yep.
And I fear that if we have another bad performance that fit the category of our worst performance, it's going to either cost us the league or we're going to knock ourselves out of one of the cups. We cannot avoid any more bad performance. Like Arsenal may have to surprise us with a good performance on Saturday. You know what I mean? But I don't see it. The Martinelli form, Saka was so bad, people forgetting that Martinelli was dreadful as well. Was anybody good? Can anyone leave the pitch like, I put in a good performance today? Noni maybe?
Noni.
Because
Timber wasn't bad though, was he? Timber wasn't bad. It's just he's
not up to his level. He's not up to his usual level,
Yeah. But I thought he defended well. It was just going forward. I thought that he was in the spaces where Saka should have been. For me,
thank you.
And that's
asking for the ball too. He was asking for the ball with his back to goal, and Saka's passing it back to Gabriel. I'm like, what's going on? What's going on with Starboy, man? Is the contract too much? Is the I don't know what's going on, bro. But we at this point in the season, is it just nerves? Is it the guys are just tired? But we know some of the guys are tired. I know Zubi is knackered. I know Declan Timber falls into that. They're in the red. But there's no.
For me, yeah. I used to play ball and stuff like that, yeah. If I presented 2 players to you, yeah. Say you're a left back, and I said, Taron, you're up against Dowman today. How you feeling? Or if I said, Taron, you're up against Saka today. How are you feeling? What would your answer be to both of those questions?
Well, the answer to Saka is more often than not, I know what he is going to do, which gives me, I don't want to say an advantage, but I can prepare for him. With Max, I don't know. Max, there's not enough tape out on him. Yeah, he has a better dribbling. He's raw.
Turning you as well. Max is turning you. Yeah, you can mark tight. He's turning you. You can give him space. He's dribbling past you. Saka, if you mark him tight, he's very strong, and that's one thing as well. One of the qualities that he didn't really show, I think, and I think you've spoken about it before, is his retention of the ball when he gets the ball, because usually he's quite strong on the ball and he masks the ball very well. I think he lacked that, or I think he was up against a very good left back in Grimaldo. Grimaldo's a very good left back, by the way. Yeah. Bro,
this is what we need, brother. This type of performance, but I don't think he has that in him. Now, point blank and simple, bro. Do you think we advance next Tuesday? The fact that we have to think about it, and you know what I'm saying, we put this in a pressure cooker. You know what I'm saying?
I think just because you're as good as your last game, isn't it? So let's not use the home advantage as something that's a given, because it's not a given. And you know what? Yeah, if this guy is already prepared, say for example, I'll give you a scenario. Say for example, they score first in that game at the Emirates. Yeah, that pressure is so much. Yeah, and all you have to go by is we only scored a penalty against Bayer Leverkusen. Yeah, and this, it's not to say that we won't beat them, but there are situations where, you know what, yeah, any kind of mistake now, we're in a situation now, yeah, where we've got a lot of, I think from Saturday, we've got Everton, then we've got Bayer Leverkusen. Just remember, the players are going to be thinking of the final as well, yeah, next week, yeah. So we've got a few pressures on our heads, yeah. So you got to think about, how's the players' mentality going to be going into this game? Are they going to be thinking about the game on Sunday or Saturday when it is? You know, is that going to take them slightly off, you know, getting through this game? There's a lot of factors going on in this game, my bro. Yeah, that's why people have always been saying rotation, rotation, rotation. Yeah, like a spinning tumble dryer, because we've been saying this all season. And the likes of MLS that's not been getting game time, and these other players, Dalman's kind of come back from injury. We need these type of players getting game time now, because they're giving us something different in these games. We're rolling out the same performances week in, week out. And there's a guy in the chat called Varel, yeah? And two things can be right, yeah? Yes. We've only lost 3 games this season out of 50 games. Hooray. Hooray. But, yeah, we're not over the line yet. We're not over the line. We've drawn 7 games, I believe, in the Premier League. Yeah. We need to start putting our foot on people's necks right now, going from here, because you can tap your back right now, but we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And we need to get through this next game. This next week, for me, is crucial, because we win our game on Saturday. I'm sure we're going to talk about the Everton game going forward. We go 10 points. If City mess up, then we're in the driving seat. Yeah. But we got a big final to play as well, and I don't need players going into these type of games on Wednesday, yeah, with that we've already qualified attitude. No, yeah. Every game is a cup final towards the end of the season. Why do we think like this, BBK, and the players don't want to play like that? Control?
It's pressure, it's tactics, it's instructions, it's system. It's been drilled into them. I don't think they know how to play any other way. You know, the thing is with the Leverkusen game, I predicted a big result. I predicted us even I was sounding like KP with my prediction. I was saying 3-4-0. And here's why, right? I remember last campaign, we put in a stinky performance 0-0 at Forest, away at Forest, 0-0 going into the round of 16. And everyone said, hey, these men are not beating anyone. They're out the Champions League. And we go to PSV Eindhoven and put 7 past them. 7 in the round of 16. End of the time, the first game. Now, I don't know where Leverkusen is in the Bundesliga. I know they're not doing well. I know PSV they're ahead of the Everton. They're like 20 points clear. We're at the top of that league. So I was looking at that team, a better opposition versus a worse version of Arsenal, because I think we're better this year than we were last year. And we went there and had a record performance. 7 goals is the most that's ever been scored in an away game in a knockout phase.
Brother, we got another Aaron London in the building, bro. We got another Aaron London in the building, man. Support your team, all of that. We can't even have a conversation. We can't criticize. We can't even have a conversation. Yeah. So let's talk about all the good things.
But the thing is,
nice out at the moment. Have you noticed? It's got some good merch out at the moment.
Oh yeah,
yeah. It's going to get us over the line. That merch. You know, modeling it. You know, looking great,
brother. We were expecting a big performance because we're top of the Champions League. That's what the Tony Claus of the world, and everyone was saying we're dominating this. I'm not scared of any of these European clowns. That's one of Tony's favorite lines.
Oh, yeah.
I put it in the chat earlier, right? So I'm saying, okay, 3-0. It's only Leverkusen. Expecting a big performance, we get a dud. Now we're expecting a tight game. On Tuesday, I actually think we win comfortably. When no one is expecting a big performance bunch, we'll go out and win the game. And then Varel and and Tony and Boyton and all these men will come back and say, relax, and pretend like they weren't worried. Yeah, like you are shitting bricks just like the rest of us. Don't tell us to relax when you know damn well you are nervous as hell. We shouldn't be this nervous against Leverkusen. I'm sorry. I respect all the team in the Champions League, but did you see any respect when Vincent Kompany benched Harry Kane and played Nico Jackson in an away game in the Champions League and still put 6 past man? Took off Nabry at halftime, bring on Musiala. You know what I mean? Where was the respect there? That was disrespectful. You're starting. We all agree that the competition starts now, and you go away and you bench the world's best striker. That's disrespect. You know what I'm saying, brother? That is full disrespect.
Don't respect, disrespect in all aspects. Someone don't know who them.
That's full disrespect. Tell them Bojo Banta. No respect, disrespect in all aspects. We shouldn't be here talking about squeaky bum against motherfucking Leverkusen, bro. I'm sorry. They sold all their best players. 6 of their first teamers are out. You know, Squirts is at Liverpool. We have their best left back. Frimpong, all these men are gone. And that, if you see how old is Skafani? He can't be more than 21. He's a young guy.
Yeah, he's young. He's a very young player. Yeah.
So when the two of the world's best center back or the best center back partnership in Europe turn up, and you're he didn't even look nervous, but man looked like he was in charge. Man had Gabriel begging for fouls and this and that. You know what I mean? So we're nervous for a reason. Don't pretend like you don't know where the PTSD come from. You know, now I do think we go through, not because of the refs, like Waha said, the refs did do us a solid with that pen, but the ref was awful across the board, right? Because he should have booked man should have been sent off. He booked Kai Havertz for God knows what. That could cause him a suspension down the line in the quarters or so, because I think the yellow cards don't reset until semis. So that was a pointless yellow. Man is just standing in the box getting hugged in. So the ref was poor. You know what I mean? But I think we get by them now that we're not expecting a big performance, and then they'll give it to us. You know what I mean? Because I thought the Bayern Munich game at home was going to be tighter. I thought the Atletico Madrid game was going to be tighter, and we weren't expecting big performances, and we got them. It depends on which Arsenal shows up. Yeah, 100%, man. 100. But yeah, big up to LFC Monster, man. Big up to everyone. But yeah, bro. As we look forward to the weekend, we'll shift focus because it's halftime. Like Varel said, we're still in it. Cool. We have the opportunity to put 10 points on the board against a wounded Man City team coming off a bad terrain. You see any banana skinness in Everton at home? Or you expect us to?
No. And for Varel, I do think we're going to win that game tomorrow. So that's one of the positives. So just be happy about that. But you should call yourself Vassell, actually, from Aston Villa. But anyway, that's a little joke thing. But I do believe that it's going to be a stinky game. Probably a bit of stinky football. If we don't score in the first 30 minutes, I think we might struggle a little bit. But I do think we win that game. They're a very physical team, Everton, and they're very good at set pieces as well. I don't know what their set piece count is this season, but they're very good at set pieces, and they've got very, big, tall, strong players as well. So I think it'd be a very physical game, and the wingers need to be up for this because they're going to be getting kicked all over the place on tomorrow. They're not going to be avoiding that. And, we talk about Arsenal having the dark arts. Everton are very good at using the dark arts. They've also got a couple of good players, though, to look out for. What's his name in the midfield? Come from Chelsea. I can't remember his name right now. Got a double barrel name. And they've got Ndiaye as well, who's Dewsbury Hall. Ndiaye, I think he's quality. I think, if he can get on the ball and does his thing, but he ain't getting changed past Timber tomorrow. But he's someone to look out for. Midfield, I'm not too sure about. They got James Garner, and they got some players that are that are half decent. But if you look at their record, I think they've only beaten us once in 10 years, apparently, at the Emirates. So our record against them is fairly good. So I can see this being a win. And I'm going to give you. Do you want me to give you my score prediction before you put up that Ross Clark thing on the screen?
Of course.
2-1. So just to make sure we're not cheating people. 2-1.
You know what? They have decent wing play. You know, their projected lineup could probably look like McNeil on one side, and Jai on the other side. Dewsbury Hall. I don't rate him highly, but decent on his day.
He's been good for Everton, though. He's been decent for Everton.
He can be serviceable. James Garner isn't the worst player in the world. The thing is that Everton has a Conference League or European spots in their sights.
Yes.
I think they will be up for this. I see a very slow game. Like, to beat this Everton team, you have to move the ball quickly. We don't do that very well. You know? Yeah, we don't do that very well. And Moisey, even though I don't rate Moisey as any top manager in the world, he's been around a while. Like, you don't stick around in football this long if you're, ass. So under the day, he can set up to frustrate. And I've seen lesser managers frustrate the hell out of Arteta. And I got a bad feeling about this one. Yeah.
That means it's a draw then. That's not a loss. That means yeah. Oh.
Yeah. I think we draw this one, man. So, because you know what? I predicted 4-0. We're going to beat Wolves 4-0. Charting that game 2-2. And I predicted we're going to smash Leverkusen in the slow. What annoys me is our Premier League form spilt over to Mansfield. Now it's spilt over into the Champions League. Like, normally in the Champions League, we could that's when we see our best performances. You know what I mean? And then we see the shit performance spill over into the Champions League, and then we're saying, yeah, it's nerves, they're being squeaky bummy and all this stuff. I just don't.
You know what one of our big problems is, BBK, yeah? Is our left-hand side. I think our left-hand side is a major problem. Do you know that, yeah? When you look at the likes of Trossard, who's injured or playing with an injury, you've got Martinelli, 1 goal in the Premier League so far this season, or 1 or 2 goals, I can't remember. He offers next to nothing down that left-hand side. You might get a nice little run every now and again, but he offers nothing. That's why it was so crucial for us to bring in someone on the left this season. And I'm always gonna beat the same drum about the left-hand side, because the left-hand side it's unbalanced. Would you play one of Saka or Madueke on the left? I know Madueke is terrible on the left, so I'll keep him on the right. Would you play like a Saka on the left?
No, I think he could just do a 4-4-2.
Oh, with Havertz and
Yuck. Drop Saka and add Havertz. Don't drop Eze and bring in Havertz. Havertz is not a 10. Drop Saka. Saka has earned a spot on the bench. Not this performance, and I'm not isolating it to his Leverkusen performance.
He's been woeful this season, isn't it? Woeful.
Yeah. And that tells me that his contract extension isn't based on merit. You know what I mean?
Based on what performance, or based on games? What games, amount of games played? He has to play a certain amount of games.
Could be. But, you're still the manager, and you still have a broader responsibility to win. Like, Saka shouldn't start. Now, okay. Do you start Saka tomorrow to bench him for the Leverkusen game, which he was poor in? Or do you play Madueke? Because Madueke was probably the most impactful player midweekend. Because we've seen him play well against Club Brugge, and then when he was benched at the weekend versus Wolves, and we needed some own goals to escape that. Now, Honey deserves a start, not because he's great, but because he's been better than Saka.
Yeah, but you know the problem with that, BBK, and we've seen this so many times. Yeah, Madueke starts and it's horrible, and they then gets benched for Saka. So both of them, Oh, I think Madueke has been better this season, in all honesty, yeah. But Madueke has to take his opportunity if he's going to start tomorrow. You need to see something from him. I need some assist or something. I need him to have a good game tomorrow, because Madueke, he seemed like a confidence player as well. So, you know, based on, you know, Leverkusen game, because remember, he scored 2 goals in it in the was against who was it? Who did he play?
That was against Club Brugge.
Club Brugge. He scored 2 goals and then he got benched like the next 3 games.
Probably the goal of the season.
Yeah, and he got benched. So I was like, if he came on and Arteta saw that, you know what, he's rescued the game, like, give him a start. Saka was terrible the other day. Give him a start. Big up to Home Slice in the building as well.
Big him up.
Give him a start. Give him a start. But I don't know. I don't know what he's gonna do. You never know with this guy, innit? And I can't even take it back now. My prediction, but based on like the starting lineup, I don't know. And we can say that the result is only the result that counts at this stage, and it's true. It's true. But we also have to remember, yeah, that Everton, they might make it very difficult for us tomorrow. You know, so
very difficult.
If we can make it a little bit unpredictable, and if like the manager David Moyes sees, like, I don't know, say he saw like a Dowman starting and something like that, he'd be like, okay, you'll have to readjust.
Yeah. Now, because for the Leverkusen game, we can't give him the same look, because the manager shows that he had a 45-minute look at us, made a tactic, and scored. We can't give him the same look, the same formation, you know. Now, but I think a point for Everton is not the worst result in the world. I think they could come and play for a point, because a point keeps them in European contention. A point for us could be different, because if we draw City win, then it's back to the 2-point thing if they win their game in hand. You know what I mean? So, you know, I know the dopamine has hit. You know, City is in poor form, and with we got by Chelsea and we got by Brighton with some poor performances, which alarm bells were in those performances as well, because it's been for time. Arsenal are a possession-based football team, and this is the first time in a long time I can remember in 2 consecutive games we were outpossessed. Like Chelsea had 10 men for 20 of the 90 minutes and had more possession of the ball than us. I don't like that shit. Brighton had 40% possession, 60 to our 40, to the point where their coach is coming out and saying that Arsenal don't want to play football. Not that I care, but the stats.
But also, if you analyze it more deeper, even when these other teams had more possession than us, they didn't really create many chances. So we still had some form of control in the game. I think once Bayern's Leverkusen scored, I can't remember another chance. Can you remember another chance?
No, but the problem with that is
the header. The header what Raya saved.
The problem with that is the risk that involves in that. If you're players are creatures of habit. If you have this routine, it's very difficult, especially for this bunch, to switch. And I don't believe that they have that. You know, you practice how you fight, you train how you fight. That's our motto. You know, and
how are you playing football? Yeah, not to win.
That's what I'm saying. We're paying money to watch our football team not play football. You know what I mean? It's
that should be a quote, you know.
We're Arsenal. Like, even when we weren't winning shit, that's how Wenger was able to stay in the job for so long while not winning it, because the football was beautiful to watch, bro. The Norwich goal would probably go down as one of the best team goals, right? Team goals where everyone touched the balls of all time. The goal that Ozil scored against Ludogorets, they make animations of this shit.
Oh, bro.
You know what I mean? Yeah. They make who is
Let me ask
you
a question. What's the best team goal you've seen this season from Arsenal, if you can think of one? The best team goal, like team goal, back to front.
Ooh, damn. This season.
Because there has been one, but I'm trying to think.
I don't know. The chat's going to have to help me out. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know. I know I see some good team goals scored against us. I remember United knocked the ball through us and Dogu put one top bins.
Yeah. Oh, you know?
So I'm thinking that the first when you said team goals, that the first one that popped up in my head is one we conceded. I don't remember us. I'm trying to think because
one.
yeah, there's got to be one. But our goals have been dominated by set pieces in the worldies, like the Zubamendi volley against Forest and the Madueke goal, the Gyökeres one against I think the Inter.
What about the Gyökeres one against?
I remember one. Trossard versus Tottenham. It was passed from Mikel Merino when he split him wide open. Where he held the ball.
That was at home.
Yeah, the first.
Yeah. That was a good goal.
Yeah, that was some good movement there. The other ones were just brilliance from Eze, but the Trossard one there was some good movement there, and we played through them. But other than that, man, and you see, this is a problem. We're Arsenal, and we can't think of a good team goal match week 30. We played 30 games, bro. You know,
it's crazy.
Yeah, man. But yeah, Varel, or the burner account for for whoever. Brother, I know. I think I started a comment from here because Varel is. He said, "Me and you had a little 2-minute chat about our place.
Okay.
You are a soldier, and I was born one. But our fans are too lame, bro. Just bitch about everything that goes wrong. See, the thing is, criticism is valid if it's backed up by stats, data, rational train of thought. Like that.
Can I ask a quick question before you go into one?
Yeah.
You said he was born a soldier, yeah? Was he born with a helmet on?
A helmet and a cross rifle, yeah. But the thing is, Varel, what are we meant to do, man? Are we just meant to sit here and pretend like all is well in the camp and just blindly follow? And there was another comment that you put in that said, we should just back the team. Bro, we back the team. No one backed the team. Do you watch this brothers watch alongs?
That's a TG. That's a
we
TG.
We back the team now, bro. But just I don't know how old you are. I remember that, but we've seen enough. We know what title-winning teams look like. We know what title-winning performances are. The fact that we're in this position is because we've underperformed grossly. There should not be a title race, bro. We let City back into this thing because of the shit performances that we're speaking of right now. They have given us 4 opportunities to pull away double digits to where their own players will be over.
Yeah, Varel, if BBK didn't back the team, yeah, he would have predicted losses consistently, and I don't think you've have you backed a loss yet? I don't think you have you?
No, I predicted a bunch of draws.
You've not been like, we're losing this game today, we're losing that game, all throughout the season. You've not been like that, you know what I mean? You have your,
If Mikel Arteta himself popped up in the chat and said what Varel said, I'd hear it. But we're criticizing the manager, bro. It's not a dig at you. I don't know why you get offended that we're taking because he is the problem. He's the common denominator of why the team stinks. You think these guys want to play like this? You think these guys want to sit back and defend against Wolves and Brighton and Sunderland? Nah, bro. These men want.
But BBK, when does that mindset just click? Like, oh, we need to win this game. Oh no, I'm worried because the manager's gonna have a go at me, brother. Are these men that conditioned? Are they that conditioned?
Because he's seen what happens when players actually take the game upon themselves. He's seen Eze don't play. They seen Ethan loaned out. They've seen if you don't toe the line, you will be in trouble. To the point where I'm seeing MLS links away. You see them. You see the links. You see the links away with MLS. Like, bro, we can't mortgage our future, the young stars of our future, at the expense of Mikel. Like, you better figure out a way to use them. And it's not like there haven't been minutes there that MLS could have played, right? With the injuries to Calafiori, rotation for Nkapie or him being injured as well, there have been minutes there for Skelly to play. You choose not to play him, and now you want to loan him out. Why? Why are you trying to make the squad weaker, bro? MLS is a good player who can help us. It's not like he didn't prove last year that he belonged at this level. Ethan proved that last year that he belonged at this level. And then you loan him out in the title running. Now, we could use Ethan right now, I promise you. We could have used him against Wigan. We could have used him against who we just had in the chat, against Mansfield. Away at Southampton, we could use them. I'm hearing people say, to get the best out of Gyökeres, let's put Gyökeres up top and play 2 10s. We don't have 2 10s. We loaned them. You know what I mean? So as much as Ethan will develop at Marseille, I fear that when he comes back to Arsenal, it will be coached out of him again, right? You know, you see how people were raving about Max at Mansfield because we haven't seen that in so long. A player picking up the ball and
so
looking,
exciting. So exciting to watch, man.
Yeah, it was exciting, bro. You know, to the point where we overreact, or fans overreacted. The big up Rashid, because I had to turn my phone off when Max started to do that against Mansfield because he loves.
No, but I agree with Rashid though. He's definitely the best dribbler in the club. Yeah, who's better dribbler? Who's a better dribbler than him?
I agree with you with that, but Rashid take this shit too far. He said he's the best player and the best. I'm like, man, he's 60. But you know, but we're so starved, we're so famished for good football that, you know, a 16-year-old is looking more Brazilian than our Brazilians. You know, like what other manager in the world is going to give Martinelli this much leeway? None.
You know what's going to make me mad tomorrow if Jesus starts
up top or left?
Yeah, up top.
Nah, he won't start. If he started anywhere up top instead of Yuck, it's going to be Kai.
Manager does, you know, he does some madness, you know, bro.
You know, and that's not always a bad thing. Sometimes you do a madness as a manager, and it could be a good thing. But
remember, Gyökeres, we need him for the final as well, isn't it?
Yeah, Blacks. This is a real one. Yeah, the ultras, bro. Like when I used to, some of the songs that those damn ultras sing, bro. Yeah, it's if you've never been to an away game, you will hear some stuff. The fans are brutal, right, man. Yeah,
what's this question? Would you what's this?
Yeah,
would you say Arsenal are a team of individuals or individuals making a team? I would say Arsenal are a team of drones. Yeah, that all go up at the same time and all go up at the same time. And Arteta's the one with the control. Left, right, tap button, go up 10,000 meters, come back down. There's too much control in this team, man. You know, we've seen the likes of Dowman the other day, breath of fresh air, control it. You know what I mean? Just seeing him on the ball. Even, do you know what? Even the likes of Madueke, the way he was picking up the ball and just being direct, I like that in our footballers, man. Yeah. Too much safe, and I tell you, Saliba and Gabriel get on my nerves at times. You know, I love them, yeah, as our defenders, but they get on my nerves at times because they are the most guilty of it. You know, see these men touch the ball the most out of everyone. You know,
yeah,
and you see what they do. Let me just get the ball. Let me just little pass up to, you know, let me pass it back to the goalkeeper. Let me pass it off to Timber. Let me do that. Let me do that. Let me do. It is annoying, brother.
Yeah.
And this is what slows it down. And Gyökeres is standing there like, hold on, what am I supposed to do? Should I move? Should I stay or should I go? It's like the man's like, what should I do? Because I know once that ball suddenly gets onto the wing, I've got 2-3 men around me, and now I'm tired from moving about and moving, coming short, going far. Now you man want me to try and run down the box when I'm not even gonna get the ball anyway. It's confusing.
Yeah, you know what? The for the sake of the question, Theodore Sandwood, I would say the latter part of your statement or your question: individuals making a team, because individually, some of these players aren't that great. Like Martinelli doesn't get into any other top side. You know,
you sure
he doesn't? He doesn't get in any other top side and make that type of money, right? He doesn't get into PSG, Bayern, none of these teams with techie ballers. So we have a bunch of individuals that makes a strong team based on how we play football as a system. If you ever notice, whenever Arsenal
my argument, sorry BBK, but my argument, if he's coached correctly, if he is coached correctly, does he play for any of these top teams? Because the 23 Martinelli was something sublime.
I don't think so, because he's fundamentally poor. Now, you know what? You're onto something, because a coach, that's what a coach does, right? He helps you develop the fundamentals that can take you to the next level. But Martinelli is still looking down at the ball at 24. And Max don't look at the ball and he's 16. He doesn't. So that's why he looks like he always has time, because he sees where the spaces are. He sees where the defenders are. He sees where his teammates are. He's not looking at the ball, so he can read the game. at a quicker, you know what I mean? Martinelli, look down, look up there. You're already closed down, bro. Max feels the ball, so you can't get near him. You know what I mean?
See this comment from Varel, yeah? Bring up this comment, please, because
which one?
I actually, Varel, the last one. I actually kind of agree with this. I think that football has become a lot more physical now, a lot more tactical, but I think it's over tactical. And I believe that the likes of Pep, I think they've kind of like destroyed the game in certain aspects. You don't have that express yourself. It's more robotic. It's more how can I say this? It's always been a results based business, but in terms of getting those results, I think certain creativity has been sucked out of the game. That's why you don't see, it's more of a like, we had that time now of playing expressive and beautiful football, and it's not brought nothing. We got no Champions League. We got, what I'm saying, we got no Premier League in 20 years. We've had nothing for 20 years. Yes, we've had FA Cups, but we've won nothing in Europe. Obviously, I've seen the team win a couple of trophies in Europe. Mm-hmm. Whether you want to discard it or not, I don't really care. But I've seen us on European nights win a couple of trophies in 2 finals. However, the football that we play right now and that we see from other teams, it's not as, I don't think it's as creative, or we don't allow creative players to express themselves as much. The likes of MLS, the likes of Eze, the likes of Wanyeri, it's almost, I'm seeing Eze tracking back and getting the ball from deep. Was it you did you mention something about Saka and Martinelli playing almost like wing backs? And if our defense is that well, why do they have to come back all the time? Why can't we just leave them up the pitch? Because we when they get on the ball, that's what they like to do. They like to attack. They like to shoot. They like to try and get round their man and outpace men. Martinelli. I just think that the game's more based on physicality. People don't want to hear this, but the corners, the set pieces, all of that element. We've got Declan Rice as a number 8, bro. Yeah, that tells you everything. Declan Rice is not an 8 for me. He sits well in that 6 or as a pivot. Arsenal should have one of the best creative 8s in the world. They should have that right now. Yeah, I don't see why a top club like us can't have something like that. This is what takes everything out of the game for me. Just that creative spark. Odegaard, he was creative at some point. I know I'm going on a bit, but he was creative at some point. Now he's doing exactly, the deep lying and all of this and all. I don't want to see all of that, bro. Hold on. Anyway, I'm keeping quiet because someone's just entered the chat. Let me go on mute for a second.
Yeah, you go. And that's what we need, right? Just to take the edge off just a little bit. Everybody's favorite cousin that's entered the chat, people. We've been bossed.
I ain't seen this brother for a time.
Yeah. We've been bossed. We've been roused. And you know what time it is, people.
Maybach music. Out in the street, they call it murder.
They can't keep a good man down. Always keep a smile when they want me to frown. It's like boom, bye, bye, in a body boy head. You wanna promote the nasty man, them off it dead.
Big up, man, like E. Ross, man. We done ran out of things to say about E. Ross, but whenever he enters the chat, we pay our respects, we pause, and we ask for permission to continue this stream, my bro. And while you do that, I go ahead and read this comment from Varel, because Varel been on smoke today. Oh, that's the wrong one. This one. Say, I used to play ball when I was 5. My last And my last injury a few years ago, I played 6 and 8. I had 3 surgeries, ACL, broken ankle, and ruptured Achilles. I hit right out those injuries, and I pray for your speedy recovery. But you know, I know all about those injuries, man. And I'm recovering from an ACL right now, my G. If you look at the screen right now, that's what my knee looks like right now. I got 4 screws in it. You know what I'm saying? So I haven't kicked ball since June 7th of last year. Hopefully, I can kick some ball this year. But you know, Godspeed on your recovery, and you know, let's just hope we win something this year, my G. In spite of the Arteta attacks, big up to men like Aaron London, Aaron the geezer the chat earlier.
Yeah, big up Aaron, man.
Every single time, man. But big up to this guy.
Big up Aaron, man. Each and every time. You know what? You know Aaron. Me and Aaron got mutual friends, yeah.
Yeah. He told me, you know. Yeah. He told me one time.
Known around the ends, bro.
Big up to the geezer. That's Eros, man. Exactly. Martinelli is fundamentally poor. We played football different a few years ago. They allowed us to play. We need proper technicians. And this is a good segue, right? Because if you look at, we talk about football being tactical. If you look at one of the Real Madrid goals, it's a long ball from Courtois to Valverde. There was no tactical over. It was one long ball over the top, but you know what? He had the quality, that touch. That touch took out the entire defense, and you know what I mean. So that's what. Can
you see Havertz scoring that type of goal?
Havertz?
Can you see Havertz scoring that type of goal?
He can. He has touch. I've seen him score. He has good touch. You know, I don't think he can do the third goal where he puts it over Gay's head and all that stuff. Now I know Saka caught a bunch of slack, you know, 300 bags on poor performance. That motherfucker's on 300K as well. Gay, yeah. And he turned up and he realized that the lights at Selhurst Park are dull. The lights in this competition at the Bernabeu, my brother, it's bright. You know what I mean? So it is a copycat league. That's why I need another one of these. We just see Luis Enrique do a trip, right? You would think people would start to copy that, but we're still just doing the same. You know, Maresca did it at Chelsea. You know, I don't want to say Pep ruined football, but he's involved. He's involved in some of this madness. You know what I mean? So football has changed. Definitely has changed. But us, we play first. We play before we kick the ball before City kick. So it's not like they can close the gap and put pressure on us. It's reverse. We can put pressure on them. And I think we actually play better that way when we play first. We can extend it to 10. You think West Ham can hold out for a draw or possibly get something?
Brother, I've seen stranger things, bro.
Yeah, like Wolves beating Liverpool.
I do. I really do. I've listen, as Gianni says, yeah, this isn't the same City, and Cape say this isn't the same City side. I think with City now, yeah, I think they're so. I don't watch the City games, as you know, yeah. But I think they're so unpredictable right now. Yeah. The obvious thing is that they go to City and they blam them, yeah. But the way this City team are moving, and West Ham, they need to win this game, yeah, or at least draw. I can see this being a very close game. I can see City possibly drawing this game, my brother. I can see it, unless West Ham have a bozo moment. So, yeah, I think maybe 2-2.
I agree with you. That's going to be a very tight game. Very, very tight. Like
they're missing Somerville, though, isn't it? That's the only thing, man.
Yeah, they're missing Somerville. I think it's going to be a tight game. They're going to hold out. They're going to try their best to get something out of the game, but I think City get one.
Who's scoring at Haaland?
Yeah, Haaland or Rodri or someone. They'll get a moment from someone. They'll apply so much pressure. Think they have enough quality, because Pep is not going to do the Semenyo in the 10 thing again. That's a failed experiment. You know, so
he hit Big Steve cussing about his touch and that is.
Yeah, so he said the second touch is a tackle. I haven't heard that since someone talked about Lukaku, because Lukaku had the second touches. Lukaku. Yeah, it's a Lukaku. Yeah, I think it's going to be a tight, but I think they're going to 70% possession. That quality, they can bring off Cherky, bring on Marmouche, the tired legs, no Somerville. They'll be under the couch. You know what West Ham are going to probably do, yeah? They're probably going to do the we scored early thing, yeah? And then just end up losing the game
3 or 4-1 or some stupidness like that.
Because they've had some unfortunate luck. Because right now they were up on United, and it was like a Sesko swing of the foot. That holds. They're above Tottenham right now, right? And I do think the fact that they know that Tottenham are going to Anfield and they're probably going to drop points, that a point could really help them. A point could see them move out the relegation zone. So they will play hard, and it will be a spirited effort. But I just think City have too much quality, man. They have.
But the same thing, are City not thinking about Real Madrid as well?
They're out, bro. It's done.
Yeah, but does Pep believe that?
Yeah, I think he knows it deep down.
No, but all they need is to score 1 goal, and then the game's on.
They need 3.
No, but you know what I'm saying? If they score a goal early, I'm not saying that they're going to beat Real Madrid, but if Pep still feels that they're in lane, he's gonna go. I think he'll go all out in that game. So his mind might be on Tuesday, Wednesday, whenever the game is. Well,
it's Tuesday. Oh, fuck it, I don't even remember.
Wednesday, Tuesday, one of those. When did they play? They played Tuesday.
We played Wednesday, so we're playing Tuesday now. So
they'd be Wednesday.
They play the same day as us. They're playing this.
You know, there's so many. It's so easy to call things at the moment, BBK. Yeah, but I mean to call the obvious. Yeah, and the obvious may happen, but bro, I think there's some twists to come, man.
Yeah, there's a twist. I don't
rate this City team, bro. I'm telling you, I don't rate this City team like man do. Yeah.
I don't rate them enough to beat Bayern, to beat Real in the second leg when they're down 3, because no Mbappe, no Bellingham, and you could have lost by 4. Like Vinny scores that pen and it's done. Right now, I think Mbappe will be back for that fixture when they have to push up the pitch to score. Trent, whoop, over the top, Mbappe. Yep. Trent, and if they get a penalty, Mbappe's taking it. Not that Vinny with that hopscotch shit that he did. You know what I mean? They should have let Valverde take that pen. You know what I mean? 4 goals, because plenty of men have scored hat tricks in the Champions League.
Yeah,
too many men have, because he's a serious brother. He's not a joke around type dude. But I think City will get by that. They have too much, man. So the blue side of London laughed at Tottenham for an away trip for getting 5-2. Then they went to London. I mean, they went to Europe and held 5. The same scoreline. Have you heard from proper Chelsea, Dan? They held 5, bro.
No, I've not heard a thing. I've not seen Chelsea down doing any street. I'm not seeing nothing. Where is he in the chat? He's usually in the chat, isn't it?
It's that bad. I think he ended his stream early.
Did he end his stream? What? Rage quit, yeah?
Yeah, he rage quit. If there was no winter transfer window this season, Man City would have already won the league for us, says Aaron. Big up the geezer, man. Aaron, are you doing your call-in show today, my bro? I don't know what you're on, man, but the spaces miss you. But big you up, man, and thank you for popping in. What you saying for Chelsea Newcastle at the bridge?
Oh wow, Chelsea playing Newcastle.
And full disclosure, Waffle Don. Full disclosure. A lot of English teams are going out. Only Villa. Villa is the only English team that recorded a win in Europe this week. Everyone else drew a loss. So all of a sudden, the coefficient for England is looking iffy. So there might not be 5 slots. So now the top 4 becomes, so now Chelsea gets a little bit sticky now because Champions League is a must for some teams. I think we're safe.
Brother, please make it 4 and Chelsea lose out. Please make it 4 and Chelsea lose out. I'm gonna go for I think Newcastle beat Chelsea tomorrow, and I'll be real, 3-1 Newcastle.
I'd love that.
I think their defense is rubbish. Chelsea's defense is rubbish.
Yeah, I love that. I think that could actually be a thing, but I don't think Chelsea win it either. I think Newcastle gets something from it, and that's good enough for me. Tottenham
Spurs. Okay, I'm going for a 5-1.
You know what? You're nasty. I'm going for the same score. You got it, Madrid.
I am being serious. I think Spurs are gonna get.
I need this. I need to see him in the relegation zone. So Liverpool. Don't you dare! Don't you? It's your turn to do football justice. It's your turn.
Nems, if you're in the chat, brother.
Yeah, I saw him earlier.
We like that. We like that this week, yeah. Don't let me down. Do not let me down.
United Villa. Last one. The rest of the games are dead.
Good game. Where's it at? United's ground.
Yeah.
Both teams' last games have been pretty mid, innit? Both of them, innit? This is going to be a draw, man. I think this is going to be a 2-2 draw or something.
Yeah, they got identical records. You know, United is just ahead on goal difference. They got a +11 and Villa have a +5. Yeah. But I think United get by him.
Okay,
yeah, they get by him 1-0. But yeah, man, let me get back into some of these guys. Man, big up everyone in the chat. Yeah, Nems agrees. He takes you up on it. Do football justice. Big up. Where we at? Jacques say a 1-1 for the I think that was the Chelsea game he's talking about there. What else we got? Social said they can't copy Enrique because coaching, defending, dueling, running is easier to coach. Coaching and attack is harder, especially at the Enrique level. I tell you, if say Luis Enrique starts to dominate football, then all of a sudden they'll start copying it. You know, there's no one copied Pep because he was a losing formula. They started doing what he did because he won everywhere he went. 6 Premier Leagues in 8 years. People like that's the winning formula. Let's do what he's doing.
You see this comment here, yeah. You have to have good players for one to coach and attack. You know, when I was coaching back in the day, I had very, very good players in it. You know, that the best attackers, you don't even have to tell them much. Put it that way. You don't have to tell them, be this way, go that way. The best attackers don't need coaching as much. So, you know, I don't see Enrique sitting down and, you know, consistently spending time with the likes of, I'll never say his name properly. Is it Doué and who's the other one on the other sides?
Barcola,
Kvaratskhelia. Because you've got, is it Vito?
Call him Vito, Vitina.
Yeah, you got Vito. Would you love a player like that in our team, a Vito?
He's like David Silva. He is very technically very good.
Very good.
Yeah, that finish.
Well, you know, he can finish.
Yeah, that finish was class, man. Every time I see someone score a top goal, my brain goes to who in Arsenal scores that goal. Every single one of Valverde's goal, I said, who in Arsenal could score that goal? And most of the times, my mind is going to players who don't play or not at the club. I'm thinking Ethan, I'm thinking Eze, I'm thinking Max. The players with flair tech. You know, no, every single Arsenal player is swinging their foot at that ball. Ain't nobody going over Gay's head with that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But the confidence, the tech, the confidence, the execution.
Did you see? Are you talking about the goal? That goal against the Chelsea, Jorgensen, the little chip over the goalkeeper, brother. That's perfection, you know.
Perfect, right? He had to get that right, and it's just it's very hard to lob a goalkeeper from that distance. You know, I mean, when he is that close to the goal, it was to get the right height and the right dip. And he executed, and it didn't even look like he was stressed or he was very composed. Brother. Like, yeah, I do this in training all the time. Yeah, whatever.
Can Odegaard do all of that?
I think if you give him 5 tries, he'll probably do it twice.
I bet your Odegaard's world class in training, bro. I bet he's amazing in training, bro.
Yeah, he has tech. Matisse gambled too much, went machine for machine, and got shot. Yeah, but they call him.
I love his post match reviews. You know, do you ever watch his post match reviews?
Some of them. When they're painful for him, I go watch them. Yeah. But Skull did that man dirty. That to the internet is calling him Thong Boy Ma. That's crazy. You don't put no grown man in no thong, bro. What were you doing? What were you thinking, bro? Villa is a chance to calm the Carrick hype further. Good, but Carrick has done well, and they might give him the job. You know, I don't think they will. I think they should, though. If they're not going to give him the job, give it to an established manager. Liverpool,
you know, man like Mido's questioning him. You know, he's not too
Carrick.
sure about Carrica. Mikel Carrica, that's what he calls him, isn't it?
Ooh, I didn't even clock that. If these men let Tottenham throw up, this might be the worst loss of the season if they let Tottenham show up.
bro.
Yeah. Chelsea fan watching their keeper trying to build up from the back against PSG must have been torture. Hey, it could have been worse, man. It could have Kinski. You know. You ever seen a goal at 17 minutes before? And then he was upset that he got hooked. Like, brother, you see your performance. Now, I understand that it looks bad, but you deserve to be hooked, bro. You know what I'm saying? You should have been out there to begin with. I see every tweeting and keep your head up. Like, brother, you an ass. And no one is talking about Mickey Van der Ven slip. He slipped as well. They don't want to be there, bro. They do not want to be there. They want to be as far away from there. And if you are a Kudus, will you come back and get your name attached to this relegation shit? Mr. Madison, you should be talking to your agent. Hey, do I have a relegation clause in my contract? So when these lot go down, because you don't want 2 relegations on your name. He relegated Leicester. You know? That's it.
What do you think about Reece James signing a 6-year contract? I thought he would have maybe looked elsewhere, you know, but he's Chelsea, isn't it?
He's proper Chelsea. He's blue through and through. He ain't going nowhere. Plus, Chelsea had to lock him down, innit? And just hope his hamstring don't fall off like they used to before he had the operation. Have hope said blonde folk shouldn't be goalie. Karius Kingsley Jurgensen. If you're blonde, don't be a goalie. Take up something else.
Oh, that's funny, you know. Hey, but when Schmeichel blonde, bad boy. His son was.
Yeah, there's always that one exception, you know. But it's not really.
I don't like these black ballers with blonde hair, bro. I don't rate them, man.
But on your other team, right? On your second team, like earlier when I said all the English teams could be going at, I was actually thinking of Gala versus Liverpool. How big of a chance do you give Gala to finish the job?
Do you know what? Where's LFC Monster, man? I can't see it. I can't see them going to Anfield and winning that. Yeah. I just see Liverpool winning that. They didn't take their opportunities, man. They should have put that game away.
Yeah,
at Rams Park, and they didn't. So I was a bit vexed about that, man. And that offside goal, was it offside? I don't even know if it was offside.
Yeah, it was close. So no chance. 10%, 20? No, nothing.
Maybe a 15% chance, but you know that Anfield crowd, and if they get a goal early, then it's curtains, man.
You know, PSG went there last year at the same time for under 16, and as PSG was down a goal. Knocked them out. So I don't know if that will play on their head, but I do. Yeah, the point you made there about them being wasteful, football can be unforgiving, right? When the football gods give you opportunities and you waste them, and it comes back. It comes back against you, because even who's that young Madrid player that almost made Nico O'Reilly score that save from Courtois when he sticks his leg out and save it at point blank range, that goes in. Yeah, Courtois made a last minute save there that could have changed the tide. You know
what save though?
What a save, bro! Top class for me, man. That guy,
he's probably one of the best in the world, if not the best goalkeeper in the world.
No arguments for me there, bro. None. He is.
See, you know when you know world class when you see world class.
It jumps out at you. Screams. Yep. I'm not sure about that.
Saka world class.
No. He could be. I tell you what. You give Saka a year on the Enrique, on the Flick, even on the Ange. You give Saka a year on the Ange, he looked like a completely different player. Gala games always have been goals if Osimhen is on. They lost to PSV at home. Wow.
Yeah, and against Juve, they look shaky, man. Do you know what I mean? The way Juve nearly came back into that game, man. Liverpool will have a lot of chances. It's whether Liverpool take them chances. But Osimhen and you know Yildiz and all that. Not Yildiz, what's his name? Can't remember his name at the moment. But these type of players, if they get a chance, they could score as well. So you know, it could be. Do you know what? It could even go to extra time. Yeah, it's one of them games, that you never know. You never know.
I cannot blunder. Kanate slip, something. Kanate do a Van der Ven, let Victor in. Because matter of fact, It was him who missed kick a ball that flew. It fell right on Osimhen's foot in the first half, and he skied it when Konate miskicked it. You remember that chance?
Yeah.
I think a 2-0 would have been very tricky. Wahaha says Crowd doesn't play, team plays. That Liverpool team is rubbish. I don't know who Wahaha hates more in Arsenal or Liverpool.
Yeah, that's a good question, actually. A very good question.
Listening to how Liverpool would beat someone's ass when they can't do fuck all. At home, they might, but if it gets to 78 minutes and it's still 1, advantage the away side, because Reese is loyal. I can't lie. Without him, I think he is the only remaining player from the Champions League winning squad. Think so. I don't think there's anyone left, and I think that played a big part in them tying him.
Was Enzo weren't there? Was he?
Mm-mm.
He came after, didn't he?
Yeah, Enzo came after Clear Lake.
Yeah.
Like the Champions League came on the Roman in 2021. 2022 was when the war started and they sold the team. I don't think anyone else is there. Not starters or any first teamers. Yeah. Was it this guy?
Yilmaz, Yilmaz. He's got blonde hair as well, but he's not black.
Yeah, want to say much love and respect to you, man. BBK, we don't agree on a few things, but we're still here to support, man. And manners and respect for that, man, bro. I wasn't gonna block or ban you. We don't do that. We know what over here. We believe that the common denominator that's holding the team back is the manager, and we think he's been given enough time, money, resources, and all them something there. Yeah, Chalobah was there. Yeah, Chalobah. Chad's goated. But yeah, big up to you, Varel. I can appreciate that, man. Chalobah was there. He was. It was the back four. The back three was Chalobah, Silva, and Rudiger. Konate was breakdancing on that offside goal. Yeah, man. Manners and respect, man. Big up. Oh, JDF settings. Okay, I got you, my brie. Mikel Arteta. He needs to make the players better. And let's go. But big up to you, man, and big up to the chat. And all them something there. Brother, what you got coming up for the people? Let them know, man.
Yeah, watch along tomorrow. Maybe something on Saturday. Sorry, something on Sunday with maybe Craig or something. But yeah, we will see in it. I know I know I'm going on to Football Rig next as well. So I don't know if you're going to be jumping on as well. But yeah, I'll be there as well.
Yeah, I'll probably jump on in a bit. I'm gonna go make some breakfast, and it's a school day.
Yes, forgetting, man. Hey, what's retirement like, man? Because it must be crazy for you.
Every day feels like Saturday.
Yeah,
I
should be calling you. What is it? What is it? What do they? You're the Black League gunner, isn't it? Seriously, man. You be doing them mad all of that,
Nah, I can't be, because for Lee Gunner, this is work. For me, this is fun. This is how he pays his bills. This costs me money. I don't get that though. Because StreamYard software is like $500. And I've been doing content for 2 years now, so that's over $1,000. I do giveaways. I do all that. I don't make $1,000 from YouTube.
People need to start getting the super chats, man. Just get the super chats in if you like.
That's over by Curtis and Dan and the man that won't read your regular comments, so they have to put in super. That's where the money goes. Here is where the fun's at.
How does the likes of, because when you watch the Big Six, ching 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 ching. How do they manage to do that?
I seen Turkish have to tell man, stop sending in super chats. We're about to stop the show. And I said, hey, we got 50-something super chats and we're over 2 hours. Stop sending in super. You know what I'm saying? So it's people love the content. They love the content. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I do this for fun. So YouTube costs me money, but the chat keeps me honest, keeps me goated.
Gary.
Up to Gary. Yeah, man.
I ain't seen Gary recently, man. You know what I mean?
Gary was on vacation, man. He was on vacation. He was somewhere exotic.
Oh, okay. Free kid and all that. Okay.
So he's back in the spaces.
We got Gary.
Just doing those dirty joints. It's very expensive. That's what. Okay. OBS is just not user friendly for me. I don't know how to do those layouts, bro. Those layouts. You see, my layouts are basic as hell. My thumbnails are shit. I don't know how to do any of that. Man. You know,
AI, you just tell it what you want, and you get a nice little background. Depends what you want, man. You don't even have to pay no one these days.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Even with that image that you've got, that background there, you can put it into chat GPT or one of them AI things and just say, make this look like this. But everyone knows this format now, innit? Everyone knows this. You know what I mean? This is BBK, innit? You know what I mean?
It's cool, man. There's no other software. There's someone's gonna take the bait and come up with something else. But as of now, we build it as we fly it, people, and we roll with it. But like I always say, people, take care of yourselves and each other. Until next time, we are gone.
And them shouldn't know well. Gal them of the face, gal them of the figure. Remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She's a precious like a gold and I'm a treasure. Who are they to give a gal them of the face, and them of the figure. Remind me of the Benz, the Lexus and the Beamer. To have this girl would be my pleasure. She more precious than the diamond in my treasure. And then me say the gal deem make me body tense. Them look like some Lexus, some Beamer and some Benz. A good body gal me want to feature me ends. Look like some boy need some contact lens. Boy them chase the gal a while of them me a defend. Well a woman is a mouse and no pretend me a pretend. Boy I act like star gal a ox from when. Styling up the gal some way as can tell. Muggle with the shape make the punk head swell. Gal them no stoop low, them never yet sell. The killer say, oh no for pop star Michelle or Miss say.